So when I was, I think I was 16 or 17 years old, and in Netherlands you get you call that a social security number. So that basically means that you are eligible to work, right? And of course I was still at school, but my father thought it was a good idea that I would start doing some part-time jobs next to my school, right? Learn what it is to work.
Yes.
And so I started in stewarding. So washing dishes. My message to everyone starting their career: find something that you love to do. Second is I always say that sometimes an hour running or an hour in the gym might be better spent than an hour working on emails.
Oh, hai Rockstar, ketemu lagi barengan gue Rarisa Sastro di The Rockin Podcast, dan sekarang di studio kita sudah kedatangan salah seorang leader in Bali's luxury resort scene, and of course someone who truly understands what it takes to create world-class experience from the Westin Resort Nusa 2 Bali. Please welcome Bapak Sander Looijen as Area GM for Bali.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the very warm welcome. It is great to be here.
It's nice to have you here, Bapak.
Fantastic.
Welcome. Hello, welcome back to the Rockin Podcast. And so, let's dive in, Pak Sander. Yes, we know that the hospitality industry is known for being fast-paced and honestly pretty demanding, don't you think?
Is it?
Yeah,
yes.
for me.
Yeah.
And you've been in this industry for so long. And how do you personally maintain a work-life balance? This is very important.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I'm not successful. You can see, I don't have too much hair anymore. I'm not sure if it's anything to do with it, but I will try to explain a little bit on how and what I've done over the past 25 years. So work-life balance, I think, means something different for everybody, right?
Yeah,
it's different when you're 25 or when you are 45.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I was 25, it was always work hard, play hard. So I made sure that I worked all the long hours, but that, of course, right, that we have fun and that we have a good, just a fun life outside of work. But at the moment, I think what is really, really important is, especially in the hospitality industry, we become so much more connected with mobiles, and emails are coming in day and night, right? So it's not always easy, but I try to switch off. I have a family. I have 3 children. I have a lovely wife. So of course, when I'm home, right, I try to be present as much as I possibly can. And really, listen to the children, see what they have to say. Listen to my wife, of course, right? And I think what is really, really important is taking care of a healthy lifestyle. Yeah. I always say that sometimes an hour running or an hour in the gym might be better spent than an hour working on emails.
Oh,
right? Because right? Because if you feel healthy, if you feel fit, right? I truly believe that will reflect in the quality of your work, right? And working longer is not always working better, right? And taking care of that work and life balance is very important, especially when you are in the hotel industry. And I try to remind my team also, right? Because I want them to have a healthy work-life balance as well. Not always easy, but we're trying. We're trying every day.
And yes, we've also heard that you're into sports so much.
Yeah, look, like I said, right? I think it's really important to to take care of your health, and I truly enjoy sports, right? I love swimming, I love running, I love going to the gym, I love playing sports, right? So it really depends a bit on what comes on my path, right? But generally, I like to wake up early, go for a run, go for a swim, go to the gym, and it really helps me to get ready for the day. And and just feel good. And
this sport, does that passion play a role in your professional life also?
Absolutely. Look, I work for the Westin Resort Nusa 2, right? And the Westin is the world's famous wellness brand.
Yes.
Right? So it is really exciting for me to have my passion, which is sports and wellness, and to implement that and create all these activities for our guests. not only our guests, but also our team members, our associates, as we call them. We have a lot of activities for them as well, right? To make sure, once again, that we encourage that healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
And for our guests, we say that we would like them to leave the hotel more refreshed as when they came.
Nice.
And especially in a beautiful resort in Bali, right?
Yes.
And people come for a holiday, they come to relax, but they also want to work on their health, right? And so we provide many different activities for them to pursue their health.
And of course, your passion in sports is also aligned with the resort's philosophy,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely,
Meant
right?
to be.
Yes. No, absolutely, right? So we have the in Westin we have the running concierge, as we call it, right? So
nice.
we do a lot of running with the guests, which is amazing. I love running, so that is, and of course, Bali is a beautiful island to do some amazing running along the beach, through the mountains, right? So it's just a perfect combination of all these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bapak, I would like to know more about your favorite sport, water polo.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Is everybody know about this?
Sometimes I need to explain what water polo is, right?
Please explain to us.
Water polo is a sport that I've done from, I believe I started when I was 10 years old.
Oh my God.
Actually in my home country, the Netherlands. It is a relatively well-known sport. So it's basically 2 goals and the ball and 14 players, basically 7 against 7 right? Playing against each other, and it's just a fun sport. It's pretty tough. Right? It can get a bit rough, but that's what I like.
I trust you.
The whole competitive part of it is amazing. Yeah.
Because for me, water polo is one of the most difficult sports to play and to have fun with because it's highly physical. You should swim. You should throw the ball. You should aware about your team member, right?
Yes.
And you should score a goal. That's
yes. Yeah.
amazing.
Look, I've been growing up with it, right? As I said, from a long time ago. So it's that's what I'm used to, and it's my passion.
Will you play it in the Westin resort?
No, actually, at the moment we don't. But you give me a good idea.
It's a fun play.
Yes.
That's cool, everyone. Let's take a backbeat. You've had quite a journey in the hospitality industry, and actually, what inspired you to pursue hotel management? Can you share with us?
So when I was, I think I was 16 or 17 years old, and in Netherlands you call that a social security number. So that basically means that you are eligible to work, right? And of course I was still at school, but my father thought it was a good idea that I would start doing some part-time jobs next to my school, right? Learn what it is to work.
Yes.
And so I started in stewarding, so washing dishes.
Oh.
When I was 17 years old. And and at one point the restaurant manager, I still remember the day, he said, Sander, why don't you come and help us in the restaurant? So I started helping a little bit in the restaurant with serving some dishes and things like that. And I really enjoyed it. I just enjoy being around people.
Yes.
I enjoy serving people. Yes. I enjoy giving people a happy
vibe,
time, right? You're surrounded by happy people that are out for a good for a fun night, for dinner or staying in a hotel, and I truly enjoyed it. And then when I had to choose basically which university and which direction I should go, it was pretty easy. I said I want to go study hotel management.
I know exactly what to do.
And so I did. And interestingly, at the hotel school, not everybody, by far not everyone, ends up in the hospitality industry. But for me, it was a given. It was really something. This is what I want to do. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to do it. So then I ended up coincidentally in China, where I started my official hotel career. And I loved it ever since.
What city in China?
In Shanghai.
Oh, Shanghai. Nice.
Yeah. It's a fun story actually. I was at the hotel school and I wasn't the best student. Let me put it that way.
Wow.
We
should highlight it, Rockstar. Give it a applause for Sander.
There were always a lot of, how do I say that? I was always attracted to a lot of other things except studying, right? So anyway, So at one point, the teacher came to me and said, Sander, did you already organize your traineeship place? And I said, no, I didn't. And she said, how come you didn't? I said, yeah, sorry, I forgot, and I didn't have time, and blah, 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 blah. And then she said, well, Sander, we only have one traineeship place left, and that's in Shanghai. And I looked at it like, oh, that sounds fun to me. So
let's go.
So I went, and 21 years later, I'm still in around Asia, right? So it's been a great choice. It was a destiny. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. And what led you to the Westin Resort Nusa Dua Bali?
So So I've been with Marriott. So Marriott International is the mother company of Westin, right? Yeah. So Westin is a brand of Marriott International. I started working for Marriott 21 years ago. And
let me remember what you did 21 years ago.
21 years ago, my goodness, yeah. Actually, I was just telling to Abu Dhabi that we now have trainees. Dutch trainees coming to the hotel. They were not born when I started working for Marriott.
For sure.
It's quite painful. But anyway.
But you look younger than I thought.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
So anyway, so 21 years ago, and I've been traveling from China to Hong Kong to Thailand. And before this, I was in Hong Kong. And I got a phone call. It's like, hey, Sander, are you interested to come to Bali and run the Westin? Yeah. And I exactly had to think for 2 seconds. Yeah. And I said, yes, of course I want that. and 3 months later, I was in Bali. So no, it's been an absolute pleasure being in Bali. It's a real dream job. Dream job. Yeah.
Talking about dream, and what about anyone out there who's dreaming about a big career in hospitality? What do you think will make someone truly stand out in hospitality, Bapak?
That's a great question. My message to everyone starting their career, or not only starting their career, but still in the beginning of the career, is find something that you love to do. Right? Yeah. So hospitality, like you said earlier, is a business. It's quite an intense business, right? And I truly believe that only when you really love it will you be successful, right? So I think that is really important. Okay. The interesting part about being in Bali is that people here are so natural. Yeah, they're so into hospitality, right? And the whole island is just full of people who really truly embrace hospitality, right? So luckily on this island we have a lot of people who love hospitality. So that is one. Second is just make sure that you get into the team, right? That you get that you work happily with the team, that you support your team. Yes. Right, like in any sport, in water polo for sure, right? You have to support each other, right? And working as a team, and we always call it the family, because you need to work so closely together, right, to make a hotel successful, right? So also that is something you really have to work on, and look and work hard, and especially. I would say the new age of associates that we get into the hotel, they're very eager to grow the ladder. Oh, when can I become a manager and when can I become a director? And right. And my message to everyone is keep your head down, keep working hard, and your talent will be spotted. Don't worry about climbing the ladder because if you do the right things, good things will come to you.
Yay, everybody! Right? Bapak Sander. Oh my God, I'm pretty touched. And what do you think the best work ethic that you find in your team right now?
Best work ethic. Yeah, once again, I come back to being a team player. Yeah, that is, and I know it's a little bit, how do I say that? It's a little bit table stakes, right? But being a team player is always the most important. Yes, yeah. People need to like to work with you, right? And you need to support people around you. Think that always in a hotel. right? I can sit here and say everything it always goes perfectly. It doesn't.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of things that go wrong, right? And that's what I tell my team, right?
Yes.
We gotta stick together, right? We gotta we gotta work as one team.
Yes.
And I think and obviously hospitality is the only industry I've been in, but I truly believe that it's not only in the hospitality business.
Exactly.
It's in every business.
Exactly. Because I were in a hospitality business before I went to media.
You did? Yeah. Oh, tell me. So how was it?
Yeah. I remember. Let me share the story.
Yeah, please. I'm very interested.
Yeah. I remember my dosum was asking me in an interview, Risa, what can you do? Anything else besides what we need from this industry? And so I told him Bapak, I can take care of myself physically and mentally that well, even when I am in a broken heart moment. So I will help my team.
Oh, wow.
A huge help, right? Right? Because I can take care of myself even if I had a broken heart, I can still eat, I can still smile, I can still shine. So your team will be, hope that your team will going to pretty much make someone easier, they'll be at peace and ease.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then after that, I went to radio forever.
Yes. Yeah. So how did you decide to switch?
The interviewer is now we are trying to. The host is now Bapak Sander.
It's gonna take a lot longer than we had planned, right?
The host of the Rockin Podcast. Well, I was very happy, and the hospitality knowledge is, like you said before, is very useful, even in many areas of life. Yeah.
Good.
It's like the most important knowledge ever.
Yeah.
How to deal with humans.
Exactly.
Everyone, Bapak Sander Looijen.
Good.
Oh my God. So, are we still having the time? Yes. And so, before we wrap up, I would like to ask Bapak about words of wisdom. Do you have some kind of philosophy that you use all along your journey?
Yeah, and I know this is, and my team is getting tired of me telling me because
Mbak
I always
Dewi.
use the same word. Look, we work for Marriott International, right? Marriott International is almost 100 years old. Yeah, and Mr. Marriott Senior said 100 years ago when he founded the company, he said, if you take care of your associates, your associates will take care of the guest, and the guest will come back, right? And in Marriott, we say that we put people first, and of course, every company can say that, but for us, it is truly a guidance, right, of how we do business, right? We always say that if we take care of our team members, if we take care of our staff, they eventually will return us, right, a great hospitality to the guests. And if you do that well, the business will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Right? And if people are happy, people do a better job.
Yes.
So I think it is really important for any leader, I think in any business, right, to make sure that they work with happy and engaged teams. And if you do that, things will go a lot better. Yeah.
Leader with good intention is always better, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So we love that so much, and I think that's our wrap for our first episode of the Rockin Podcast. Give a huge applause, everybody!
Right, thank you.
Huge thanks for Mr. Sander Looijen for joining us, and to all of you for tuning in. Don't forget to stay connected. We'll be back for more inspiring guests and great conversations next time. Keep rocking and keep tuning on 87.8 FM, the Rockin Live Bali. Please give applause to the Westin Resort Nusa Bali and Mr. Sander Looijen.
Where everyone can be a rock star. TRL, the Rockin Life.